Hi guys, welcome back. All right, Saggies. I'm so sorry I didn't get to you guys last night. I was coughing a little too much by the end of the night. I'm probably going to a bit right now as well. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Um, but here we go. Let's get into this, shall we? So we're going to take a look at the same storyline that I did for every zodiac last night, other than you and Scorpio, who just got yours today. But the person on Sagi's mind. And we start out with that Ace of Pentacles. So they're looking forward to a transformation, a change, a brand new beginning. Seven of Pentacles is sideways. So it's somebody who kind of like within the week, I feel like they are really ready for something in their life to blossom, to change. Wow, Ten of Swords. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like they're in the midst of this change already, but it's the matter of, as one thing ends and the next thing begins, like, okay, like I'll use myself as an example. Like, I'll be moving soon. I've already found the new place, put the money on it, sign the contract on it. But I'm in that interim as one lease ends, and to the place that I'll be moving to, that interim space, right? So there's always that transformative energy from one time of your life to the next. As one thing ends, the next begins, but we're in the middle of that, which can be a plateau, or and it doesn't have to be that somebody's moving. I'm just giving an example of where it's like, what's happening, where you're going, everything is lined out, but then you've got this space of time in between, and it's not uncertain, and it's not like, oh gosh, when will this happen? Because I feel like this person even knows when things are going to happen, and they're ready to talk. Okay, so what is it that's ending in this character's world? We have that's the Hermit in the reverse, the Virgo energy there. Excuse me. We have a Six of Swords upright. Mm. Six of Swords upright is very much somebody who's like, I'm ready to travel. I'm ready to talk about moving into calmer waters. And P.S., I want you beside me. So hang on. What has ended in their life? Blockages, Two of Swords. I always feel like this is an escape card. Wow, nothing is blocking this Two of Cups. So this is somebody who is very much in love with Sag. This is somebody who feels like Sag is the next book out of the Akashic records that they would like to select out of that cosmic library and say, now I want the story of us. That's what I want to do now. That's what I want to focus on now. That's what I want to build now. It's the story of you and me. We have a 10 of wands in the reverse. It's interesting because the things that are ending are blockages to this love story, but they're still stressed out about like the fact that now the next story begins, but they still want to talk about this. They still want to go ahead and say, we could do this now. Is this because they're like going to be shyly asking Sag, like, Sag, I'm ready now. Do you think maybe now? Yeah, Page of Cups. They're very nervous about giving an apology. Very, very, very stressed out about that. They're going to give it. They're going to say, I'm ready now. I'm ready to be in a relationship now. I can have the new beginning now. I'm all done now. But will will Sag say yes? They're very nervous about this apology. I'm sorry I couldn't come towards you before. I'm sorry that wasn't possible before. Yeah, they're really worried Sag is going to be big mad. We get the Queen of Swords, not 100% upside down, but kind of at a tilted angle. There's so sorry. There's definitely an energy of, will Sag want to talk to me or not? Six of Cups is upright here. Will Sag be able to see me as a soulmate? Will Sag be able to look at me as their Six of Cups? Or is it too late? Is it, should I let this go? All of this says they want to give an apology. Again and again, I just see apology. I'm sorry if I made you mad. I'm sorry that I couldn't do this before. I'm sorry that I had blockages before. I don't know what the blockages really are, because this actually looks like they simply blocked it. Like they weren't mature enough, weren't ready enough in their mind to be grown up enough to like be ready for this kind of a connection. They are now, but I don't know that there's like a reason. It doesn't look like there was, anybody standing in their way except themselves. We have the Nine of Wands in the reverse and the Judgment card, strong Scorpio energy coming in. And I have to say, this does feel a little bit like the Scorpio video that I just posted. So I don't know. Let me change decks here. Let's go with this deck. This is the reconciliation. I'm so ready to reconcile. I feel like they thought about doing this again and again and again and again and again. But, maybe Sag even felt over and over again like, am I about to hear from them and then nothing? Am I about to hear from them and then nothing? Let's take a look at where is Sag at with this whole thing. We have the Moon card sideways, which to me, the Moon sideways is like, I know half of this and then the other half of it I'm bewildered by. We have a Page of Wands and we have the Chariot upright. I definitely think that with that Moon sideways for Sag and them saying like, look, I've tried to move on from this, okay? But there is a little bit of a spark still for this person. My whole family would say, do not tango with this person again. If they weren't ready before, why would you think they're ready now? I almost think part of Sag is not going to be surprised that this person is coming back around. It's almost like Sag always knew someday this might happen. We have a Page of Swords upright. So Sag might have kept tabs on them just a little bit here and there. Sag might have written a letter that they never sent to this person as well. Eight of Pentacles, and it might have been to say, I'm doing good. I just want you to know I'm fine now. I'm doing good. I've moved on. But I don't think Sag sent that message. No, silence. We see the cricket up here, but we have this new beginning. So I'm wondering if this feels like it could be a very serendipitous time frame. If the person that flits through Saggy's mind is someone who is finally at that point where they've made some, I'll just say some powerful changes in themselves, and they're ready and hoping, they're very intimidated to come towards Sag when they weren't ready for a relationship before, but now to come in and say, I'm sorry. And they fully expect Sag will be very angry at them. Would you accept my apology? I'm ready for this relationship now. I think that they thought about this for many, many times and then didn't take action. But at this point, we see that Sag has always kind of known that this day would come. But it's coming at a point in time where Sag themselves has been like working on getting beyond this, working on getting over this person, working on, totally developing this other life for themselves, working on just having new beginnings. And it's so crazy because I almost feel like this is coming right when Sag is okay without them. I'm not saying Sag wasn't okay without them before, but I think Sag thinks a lot less about them now than they did before. And I definitely think that there's more, question mark as to whether or not Sag would even want to, care to deal with them at this point. Not to be rude, it's just like when we change, there's that Seven of Pentacles for Sag also in the sideways position. In this storyline, it does say Sag, whether they wanted to or not, their heart stayed thinking about them, or they, once in a while spied on them, but it's been less and less and less. I think they come into Saggy's mind less and less and less. And it's like, I think I'm at that point where I'm transferring from how I used to think about them to not thinking about them at all anymore. Whereas they're transferring between, I'm finally done not being ready, and now I am ready. So it's very interesting that we're seeing two people both in transition, which, this is the year of the snake. It's a year to let go. It's a year to move forward. It's funny because, of course, that song by Arcade Fire, Year of the Snake, is coming up because in it they say, in the year of the rabbit, I made a bad habit of waiting on you. But then, it's like, it's the year of the snake. and if you feel strange, then it's probably good because it's all about a year of change, right? But then there's another song by Hamilton Lightenhauser. I know him better as the lead singer of the Walkmen, but he just put out a new song like this week or last week, I think, that's like, I think it's knocking on my heart. And it's like how you'll always be knocking on my heart. Like it doesn't matter. And it's like from beginning to end, it's always going to be you that's knocking on my heart. I feel like that's their anthem. That's their song. It's really weird to have two characters in completely different energies. Okay, so as far as Sag goes, that Eight of Cups is in the reverse and the King of Swords is upright. This is Sag is going to have to face whatever they want to do with this person. With this, and remember, they looked at Sag not as a fire energy, but as a Queen of Swords. And now we see Sag going to face them as somebody who's attempting to return as a King of Swords. I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to, stand here, even though I'm really scared to say sorry. I wasn't ready before. I am now. Can I come back? And I think this is what Sag is going to have to be, crossing that bridge and deciding, do I want them back at this point? I've pretty much been stopping thinking about them. You know what I do think is nice? Sag is not going to be like consumed with stress over this decision. Or maybe it's just the gentle encouragement to not be stressed over this. Remember, all Sag has to do for themselves is choose the path that they actually want, which means if Sag is happy to hear from this person and wants to interact with them again, they can. If Sag is happy without them and they don't need to talk to this person anymore, they don't need to consider reconciling with this King of Swords, then they can go ahead and say, actually, I'm okay. I got over this. Sag gets to take the path that gives them the least stress, because there's no obligation for Sag. We have a Three of Cups. Sag might choose to take this person into their life as a friend and be like, I'm going to be dating other people. I'm already attracted to somebody else. But you know what? It's nice to be able to talk to you again and we can be pals. It could be that energy, or it could be that them showing back up makes it very clear that sometimes an ex shows up and that's when we realize we're totally in love with somebody else, not our ex. I don't know. I kind of think one way or the other, and it's a little mysterious to me as we close this storyline. It's going to be a positive thing for Sag to hear from this person, but it could be an unexpected positive thing because it's like, you know what? I realize I'm in love with somebody else. I got over us, and I'm totally interested in somebody else. Or, wow, it's amazing. You are the right one for me after all. You're back. I've dated other people, but you know what? I do think I want to still go down this road with you. It could go either way. I don't know. It's up to Sag, but I do love the fact that the decision here it doesn't look like it's going to cause a bunch of stress to Sag. It looks like it'll be something pretty simple for them to know what they want to do, which that part's a huge relief. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. I appreciate you. Thanks for waiting for me.